It is with our gratitude to witness that this legacy has already been in the capable hands and heart of His Majesty King Maha Vajiralongkorn พระวชิรเกล้าเจ้าอยู่หัว who since his childhood has followed his father to help rural people. His Majesty therefore has determined to nurture, conserve, and extend the royal project initiated by his father's farsighted leader with a broad vision and tireless guidance for the happiness of people within and across the nations. 50 years ago, Thailand saw settlements of different groups of hill tribe people on mountainous areas where rich water resources originated. These groups earned their living from slash and burn cultivation and cut trees in order to grow opium, causing the widespread narcotic issues. The problems weakened the country's social and economic conditions. With His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great's private trips to the high hills, having seen the people growing opium, His Majesty determined to save them, their livelihood, and the forest. The royal project was then graciously given in 1969 with the aim of improving the quality of life of hill tribe people, to diminish their opium poppy growing, and to rehabilitate the forest and water resources. The start of funding for implementation came from His Majesty the King's private funds and from financial contribution from friendly countries. The workforce was drawn from volunteers from universities and related government agencies. The achievements of the royal project development have been based on the principle of the sufficient economy philosophy, particularly the inside-out development approach, and three main work principles graciously given by His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great: to understand, to access, and to develop, in response to problems and needs of the communities towards a holistic approach. Over 20 years of the royal project efforts, opium poppy was replaced with temperate zone crops. The U.S. government has removed Thailand from the list of significant opium-producing countries in the late 1990s. The Thai government had a policy to broadly extend the royal project development model to other highland areas. In the year 2005, the Highland Research and Development Institute was established as a public organization to extend knowledge and experiences of the royal project to other highland areas of the country. Many organizations, national and international, have recognized the achievements of the Royal Project Foundation as the best practice in highland development. The Royal Project Foundation has honorably received awards from the Ramon Magsaysay Award for International Understanding in 1988 and the Colombo Plant Drug Advisory Program and the International Cooperation and Development Fund in 2003. The Royal Project Highland Alternative Development Model comprises of 6 best practices as follows: partnership, land use zoning, research, career promotion and marketing, community strengthening, natural resources and environment protection and reservation. Decades of intensive efforts of the Royal Project Alternative Development Model is responding to the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. With visionary leadership, bold initiatives, and tireless guidance of His Majesty King Rama IX, the Royal Project Foundation has played an important role for over the past 50 years in spreading the alternative development model fruitfully in Thailand and beyond. With His Majesty King Mahawachiralongkorn Prawachiraklaujayuhua is recognized as a role model for gratitude, has followed the footsteps of his father, His Majesty King Rama IX, for the sustainable benefit and happiness of the people through the Royal Project Foundation.